Hey, it's Brickzar down here in the Bricklink store again. And each day I try to do a little bit, whether it be adding parts to my store or taking parts out of my store to go towards sets that I'm trying to complete or mocks that we're working on. And right now, one of the things I'm working on is completing some pretty big sets like Darth Maul, which I've already got all the parts out of the store for Darth Maul. I'm also working on the City Skyline, which was a Lego factory set, and I got a lot of parts that I got to get for that, and I know I got a lot of them in my store. It just takes a lot of time. So usually what I do is I bring my laptop down here, my Mac. I don't even know if you can see that. And then I look for what parts are in the in my store that are in that set, and I take them out. But what we're going to do right now in this video is going to be a Brickzar answer thingy, and it's going to be about Bricklink, and this is from Carl G. So we're going to read you what Carl G asked about running a Bricklink store, and then I'll give you my answer, and you tell me what you think. So Carl G says, Batman. Sorry, I couldn't resist typing that. And that's why we Carl, we actually used a few times we used the Batman theme song, or little clips of it, when we used to do these videos. He said, I love videos like this, and this was about Lego investing, the video I did with Mardi Gras Man, and we'll be doing more videos like that, by the way. He said, I love videos like this because of my Bricklink store. Anyway, since you activated instant checkout, have you been getting more sales? I haven't activated it yet, but last month and this month, so far my sales have not been that good really. Maybe doing instant checkout might boost my sales. What do you think of instant checkout? Is it any good, and is it working for you? Alright, there's a couple of things with instant checkout. First, how is it for a buyer? And two, how is it for a seller? So since I do a lot of both, I do sell and I do a lot of buying. I can look at it from both perspectives. First, the apprehension as a seller with it has to do with, what if I don't charge the right amount for shipping? Now, of course, if you overcharge, you can always refund, but the problem comes with large pieces, or it doesn't fit the right way, or for priority mail. So what I did is, when I set up instant checkout, I used some of the pre-existing templates that people had already uploaded, and so far they've worked out pretty good. It's been pretty accurate for the international orders and for domestic orders. And where there were large elements, it even didn't allow the instant checkout. So you can have some flags on there, for instance, that if it's going to be a piece that's too big, it won't do the instant checkout and they have to request an invoice. So that helps with that fear. So overall, I've not had one issue with it as far as determining the amount, and a few people have requested an invoice. So they still, I think, have that option depending on where they are and what items are in the cart. So I think it's a good thing to have as a seller, because of a lot of people that are used to that feature on every other website pretty much in the world. Very few websites do you have to place your order, fill your cart, check out, and then wait for the buyer to send you an invoice. Now, what about as a buyer? Well, as a buyer, it's a good feature because it's instant. When you're buying, you kind of know right away what you're going to be paying, and hopefully that speeds up the process of you getting the items. So not everyone I have bought from has the little lightning bolt icon. Oh, I should have mentioned that. So if you are an instant checkout seller, have that feature set up, there'll be a lightning bolt there next to your profile. And if you're not, it won't be there. But to be honest with you, I never really look at that when I'm buying and I go to these stores. But I'm so used to buying it the other way. But I imagine there are people that might favor a seller better if they're looking for the same item and he has instant checkout. Now, as far as your situation where you haven't sold as much in the last couple of months, that may be related or it may not be. Sometimes it's just random. It depends on, with me, am I adding parts to my store? Usually when I'm adding more parts to the store and sending out the notifications, the orders kind of pick up a little bit. So it just really depends. It may not necessarily be related to the instant checkout. In fact, when I set up the instant checkout, we got one order right away, and then we didn't have an order for several days. So I, I don't think it would have drastically affected, but who knows. I would, however, recommend setting it up at some point. I wouldn't wait terribly long, but do it in a way that's going to be comfortable. Maybe, I don't know if you ship internationally, but maybe just do it only for domestic. And there's so many different templates that people have already put out there. I don't even know if I'm using the right word, but people have set up things that you can incorporate into your own store for what to charge for shipping, and these guys have done a lot of good. So what I did is I looked for ones from sellers that were experienced sellers, and those are the ones that I picked from to use for my store, and so far it's been pretty good, and we've had some good sales. So that was the back question from Carl G. And I'll answer one more back question. This is from T Blockset. This goes back to a series that I did that was an experiment. It was called Lego Element Daily. And I had in my mind, because there's so many different Lego pieces, different colors of Lego pieces, different types of Lego pieces, that I was going to discuss a piece every day, just so I would have a video a day. In fact, back in those days, I was usually doing 3 to 5 videos a day, and I called it Lego Element Daily, because every day we're just going to pick a random part and talk about it. Is it rare? Is it not rare? What can it be used for? That type of thing. Well, I did a whole month where it was basically centered around the 2x4 Lego brick in different sizes, different types. I mean, I think I pretty much got a month of different things just with the 2x4 brick. And then we did other parts, but I started getting kind of lazy with it. And to this day, those videos are like the worst videos that I ever made. In fact, there's a few of them I went there and I used the YouTube editor and sped them up like double speed. So it's like me sounding like Alvin and the Chipmunks. I don't even know if anybody's ever discovered it because I've never had a comment about it. I may go do some of the rest of them like that. He asked, T Blockset asked, have you ever considered doing more videos like the LED series? They were very informative and I enjoyed watching them. I think it would be cool if it came back as LEM, Lego Element Monthly. So that's a good point about doing it where it's not every day, because people could get burned out doing it every day. And I wanted to keep the acronym Lego Element Daily, LED. And so instead of maybe Lego Element Monthly, which I like the idea, I really do, T Blockset, maybe we could just call it Lego Element Details. That way it's not locking us into a specific time frame, like doing it every week or every several times a month or whatever, or every day like a Lego Element Daily. But if it was Lego Element Details, it's just whenever I'm talking about a Lego piece, just details about it. And there's a I think it's a website called New Elementary. I've not really followed it that much, but they do talk about like the new elements that are in new Lego sets, or they feature builds that you can do with the new elements or whatever other elements they have. I have seen them post things on that. So I don't want to copy their idea, but I thought about one of the ideas I've had over the years is doing the one piece mock. Like what does a Lego element piece look like? Some of them it's really easy. Some of them it's not. I don't know how many Lego pieces that are out there that you can say, hey, this looks like so and so, certain type of thing. And I'm not talking about like the banana piece looks like a banana. No, I'm talking about a Technic brick that looks like the Satellite of Love from Mystery Science Theater. Something like that. So tell me what you think about that. I love the question from T Blockset, and maybe that's something we can do as a series from time to time, maybe once a week or once a month, as he said. But I'd like to keep the LED acronym, just not do it every single day where we burn out you and me. So thanks for watching this Brickzar answer thingy. If you have any more questions, be sure to use the hashtag BAT, B-A-T, because that's how I usually look up the questions, and we will try to answer your questions. And I like new and different questions like these that kind of get the discussion going. So if you have any more, be sure to leave them in the comments below, or if you have a comment on one of the questions we considered today, be sure to leave a comment on that. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Spreek Czar.